Welcome to the Sky Podcast.
What made you decide to leave the Philippines and go straight to Melbourne?
Yeah, you're staying there right now permanently for the foreseeable future, right?
Yeah, we met. Me and my fiance met 6 years ago, right? And then we moved. Well, we went traveling in South America because she had a Philippine passport, which is really problematic, right?
Yeah,
because you can't go many places. So we're like, where can we go?
Passports.
And when you're lining up, this is for me. When I'm lining up and using Filipino passport, you have to line up in the long line versus a straight through
You
line.
third world people, line up here. It's sad. What you were saying.
It was I remember we were looking. It was you can go to Afghanistan, or Morocco. There's just not a good choice of places you can go as a Filipino.
That's so true.
You can go to North Korea. Can you go to North Korea? No, I think you can. There's something. I don't know.
I wouldn't want to go there, so I wouldn't know.
So anyway, we went to South America. We traveled around for 4 months in South America, Brazil and where did we go? Brazil, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, and then we flew back to the UK. I was working a little bit, but Casey couldn't get a work visa. So then we came back to the Philippines, lived in the Philippines for a bit, but then I couldn't get a doctor. I couldn't transfer my doctor stuff to work in the Philippines, in a hospital or anything. You can't. It wasn't easy, as you can imagine. The Philippines doesn't make that kind of stuff easy, right? You just stand in queues for 5 years. So then we moved to Australia, and she came in on my visa, so she could get a work visa if she came in on my visa. So we moved here 5 years ago.
Oh, you've been there 5.
Yeah.
It's 5.
So all those YouTube videos you're actually shooting it from
Australia. We thought this whole time that you were based in Manila.
No. But yeah, we've been here most of the time, since doing the videos. Since my YouTube became bigger, we've always been here. I've never experienced being in the Philippines when I've been doing YouTube properly. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know that. But can you tell us the story of how you started YouTube and, why it's about the Philippines and all of these things?
Yeah.
Well, we started it just for doing a bit of Tagalog, really. So we were just doing a bit of Tagalog and doing some health tips in Tagalog. That's why we started. And then, so I was doing these videos on health topics, and then you just get all these questions which are just it's crazy. People have got distorted views of medicine.
Yes.
And there's a lot of companies having a significant impact on people's thinking about medicine in the Philippines. So you might be a video on how to gain weight, and they'll be oh, what vitamin should I take, or all this stuff, and I'm what the hell are these people on about? This is this just doesn't make any medical sense. So
Right.
yeah, we're good. So we just started about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, sort of debunking some of the I guess
Myths.
well, not myths, but kind of crazy health claims. You've got a lot of companies there who just are just completely unregulated, really. The FDA does next to nothing to stop some of these health claims that are being made by so many companies. You just go into anywhere and people are just making outrageous claims about their vitamins and coffees and everything.
Cancer curing and everything.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So we started, going after some of that stuff. And then realized quite quickly why people don't go after that kind of stuff. Because
Yeah, it was so brave of you to enter that territory, because I would never.
But it's true though. I actually messaged. I don't know if you read my comment. I commented in I think 1 or 2 of your videos. The Philippines need more people like this to speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't. You can't. I've realized you can't.
It's very, very hard. You're swimming against the tide.
Yeah.
I would say.
Big time.
Yeah.
And what I didn't realize was when I started doing it, like I was, the idea of my videos was to do it for like, aimed at like people who are less medically educated, right? So they less of a medical understanding. That was my videos were aimed at that kind of market, right? Like to try and help people out. So people aren't wasting their money on vitamins or wasting their money on coffee. And I wanted to educate people about that kind of stuff. But what I found was, it was actually doctors and nurses who were watching me and supporting me, right? So like it actually became like a voice of the frustration of a lot of the doctors in the Philippines. So like after I had all the drama last year, so many doctors messaged to me and Casey were like, wow, like it's a frustration for everyone in the Philippines. It's just that nobody can say anything about it. I think
It's like a dead end.
Yeah.
And it's partly a systemic problem and partly an education problem and partly it's a poverty problem, I would say.
Cultural too.
Cultural too. Like I'm trying to, like, for example, right now there's a lot of COVID positive employees that I have, and okay, sorry, you can't go to work right now.
You need to isolate.
You need to
at
isolate
home.
at home, and they would get back to us and say, we had our vaccines already. Just because I'm having symptoms, that does it mean that the vaccines were useless, or like
they blame the company for
like
incentivizing them to get the vaccines.
yes, like what was the point of my vaccine if I can't still work even if I have symptoms?
Like, what will I feed my family now?
Yeah, but I understand their side as well because like it's a monetary thing. They can't feed their family, so it's a very complicated issue.
Yeah.
I'd say.
What's interesting from like my perspective is, or not this isn't the only interesting thing, but let's say there's some celebrity or company selling some miracle cure for whatever, cancer or diabetes or whatever, and I turn up and I say, well, that won't cure your diabetes or cancer. Then people think I'm the bad guy for going against that person, right? So
The celebrity
the
they-
celebrity that they idolize.
and I'm like, dude, like that just doesn't make any sense. Like if you're
yeah, and I'm trying to help you.
like it was very bizarre. It was very bizarre. I think it's I hope it can get fixed, but I don't know if it will. Yeah, we'll see.
I think Chris and I also get a lot of offers when it comes to these types of things, and
The shady companies.
yes,
They
and
pay the big bucks, but
Yeah.
we can't find it in our hearts to
To
tell
actually do
people
it,
like
yeah.
buy this, use up all your money, buy this, and then
Yeah.
it's for nothing.
Yeah. There's you need a few morals, right? I think. I don't know. Maybe I might just start selling some vitamins and then cash out.
Come back and say, hey, Doc Adams, miracle vitamin.
so
You'll never
with
see me
all of
again.
this-
I'll just have one really big week. I'll be like,
and then goodbye. I'm good.
If you guys want to hear the full episode, you can.
Check us out on Spotify.
Spotify.
It's free, guys. It's free.
See you there.
SKYPODCAST.
SKYPODCAST.